One of the most recent trades that went down in the trade NFL deadline, or the NFL trade deadline rather, excuse me, is the trade by the Kansas City Chiefs for Kadarius Toney. Now, Kadarius Toney to me has been, he clearly hasn't worked out in New York, but I think that could change rather quickly, especially in Kansas City. You're talking about a guy that woke up playing with Daniel Jones and is now playing with Patrick Mahomes. I don't think it's going to be close. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a better all-around turnout, at least in my opinion, for Kadarius Toney. Like, again, not exactly great through his first 2 years there in New York. 39 catches, 420 yards in his rookie season, but only had two catches for the Giants this year. Honestly, it was one of those things where, yes, his injury history a little bit obviously riddled, but did have a couple of carries for 23 yards as well. But, I really think it's important to note that he is a player that probably, now I'm going to bring you guys back here in just a second when I say this, because I want to gather up the courage. But if there is any player that is going to actually give them the chance, or give them the opportunity to find someone that is anywhere close to Tyreek Hill, I'll stop dancing around the question or the answer. It's Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney, in my opinion, could be the closest thing that the Chiefs have seen to Tyreek Hill, or could have to Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I know what you're thinking about having Sky Moore drafting him in this year's draft, but Kadarius Toney, he's fast, he's elusive, and he's amazing after the catch. And I think that's a lot of what you're seeing. What's kind of missing with this offense, now don't get me wrong, you've got dudes. Now, obviously, you go at the top there, you have Patrick Mahomes, who's throwing for over 2,100 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. You got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Isaiah Pacheco, and Jerick McKinnon. You got 3 running backs, absolute studs there. But when we talk about specifically the passing game, the short to intermediate, guys that can turn plays, or a 8-yard pass into a 30-yard pass play. That game, Travis Kelce, even though, all he does is pretty much catch touchdown these days. What is it, 4 a couple of games ago? Absolutely incredible. Juju Smith-Schuster, I feel like he's really coming out into his own. 34 catches, 494 yards, and 2 touchdowns. MVS Marquez Valdes-Scantling, 22 catches, 316 yards, has yet to find the end zone. But I would say out of all these guys, him and McCole Hardman are probably more of your deep threat guys. But there's not a lot of players that, when you look at this roster, that can actually take a short pass, and turn it into a big gain. And I think that is Kadarius Toney, and that's why I think he can be an absolute secret weapon for this Chiefs offense. Because again, yes, you have 3 running backs that can do all those different things. You have all those wide receivers that are the deep threats, the good route runners, the short guys, but you don't have an explosive, legitimate playmaker that can every play, that if under the right tutelage and coaching can be something special. And I think that's Kadarius Toney, especially with what you've seen. We saw glimpses of it, whether it was in training camp, with the Giants, or even last year, his rookie season with the Giants. You saw a guy that, was able to catch the ball and make some big plays out of it. And I think you could see that to a greater degree, especially with the Kansas City Chiefs for Kadarius Toney. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com, or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about Kadarius Toney being the Kansas City Chiefs' new secret weapon.